There's a fresh, young, emerging star taking the professional darts world by storm, and for once, I'm not talking about Josh Rock. Well, not in this video, at least. Hello, welcome back to Doubles and Trebles. It's Pieman here, and yes, today I'm here to look at Beau Greaves, the 18-year-old girl from Doncaster who has done the unthinkable. Came from nowhere, having not played over half of the Women's Series events, and has reeled off 52 straight victories to seal the final ladies spot for the Ali Pali World Championships in December. And who she knocked out in the process? Fallon Sherrock. Really is a remarkable story. I'm just going to take a little bit of a deeper look at what Greaves has actually achieved and whether she can cause the men any trouble when it comes around to Christmas time. Now, I'm sure most people watching have seen something about Beau Greaves' achievements on their timeline in the last couple of days. It really has been a big story in the world of darts. And some people might even be wondering where she's come from, because if you don't follow darts religiously, it may not be a name you've encountered until the last couple of months, where she's just come in and completely dominated. Well, Greaves has actually had a lot of hype around her since childhood. I mean, she's only 18 now, but even when she was 12, she was playing against the then ladies champion Trina Gulliver in exhibitions, beating Gulliver. And Trina actually said at the time that we were looking at a future ladies champion and possibly the greatest female player of all time. Now, while she's only in the tender stage of her career, I think you'd be very hard pressed to say that Gulliver was wrong in anything that she said. Greaves burst back onto the scene this year when winning the Women's WDF World Championship in April, routing Kirsty Hutchinson 4-0 in the final and making good on Trina Gulliver's prediction in the process. She hadn't really been seen for a couple of years prior to that, and that was because she was struggling with dartitis during the COVID lockdown. She's spoken a little bit about that openly since, saying that she realised before COVID that she was having a bit of trouble releasing the dart, and it got really, really bad, to the point where she kind of fell out with love with the game and said she thought she might be done with darts. Thankfully, she's managed to play her way through it and her throw has come back. And that performance at Lakeside in that iconic venue was really fitting of a special talent. She averaged 92.5 in the final, and that was when a bit of buzz started building around Greaves and talk about her potentially going and competing in the remainder of this year's Women's Series on the PDC. Fast forward to August, and Greaves made her return to the PDC Women's Series with that buzz around her. Now, the plot thickened because Fallon Sherrock wasn't present at these four events. She'd taken up an invitation to join the likes of Michael van Gerwen and Gezi Price on the World Series down under in Australia and New Zealand. Now, a lot of debate whether she should actually have been invited to that tournament, but obviously she took the opportunity. Why wouldn't you? She was so far clear of Greaves and co in the qualification for Ali Pali that there was virtually no risk, or so it seemed. Greaves rocks up and wins all four events. And these are events containing the likes of Lisa Ashton, Mikuru Suzuki, Eileen de Graaf. So it was far from a foregone conclusion that she was going to go so well in these events. She just showed utter dominance. She was a level above everybody, and she was nerves of steel in the finals. And by the end of the weekend, it was clear that she actually had a chance of catching Sherrock if she could repeat those heroics in the final four events. Now, you don't need me to tell you that Greaves went on to win these four events and qualify. Obviously, that's the point of the video. But I will just cover what I thought was the pivotal moment of the day. Penultimate event, Greaves and Sherrock have met in the final. If Sherrock wins, she effectively takes control of the race for Ali Pali going into that last event. However, locked at 3-3 on Greaves' throw, Sherrock goes 140, 140, 140, misses the 81. And Greaves is basically faced with a 148 check, where if she doesn't hit it, she probably doesn't go to Ali Pali. And what does she do? Steps up, plants in two treble 20s and a double 14. Absolutely nerveless. And a very unusual occurrence where, despite it being a floor event in Wigan, like a Pro Tour, we hear a massive cheer go up in the back room. And that is from all the onlookers, all the other ladies in attendance, Beau's family and friends, and the neutrals, who I'm sure were just enjoying some absolutely sensational darts. And that set her up nicely to go and win that last event. And yeah, it was just, honestly, it was a majestic performance on the last day from Greaves. So what now? Well, in the short term, I think Greaves should just bask in the achievement of what she's done. She truly has broken down new barriers, not just in women's darts, in darts generally. To go on such an extensive winning streak, 52 matches, we may never see the likes again. She could easily go on to be a Phil Taylor-style figure in the ladies' game if she continues to hit these heights that we've seen. Now, we're going to see her at Ali Pali in December. She is going to be drawn against a man, and we all know how that can go. We've seen the likes of Ted Everett and Mencia Sulovic fall to Fallon Sherrock. The crowd will be involved pro Beau, you would expect, and it's going to be very interesting to see how whoever she is drawn against handles the occasion. I can assure you that nobody is wanting to pull Beau Greaves in the first round of the World Championship. Can she do damage there? Yes, she certainly can. It's very hard to gauge where she's at. We saw that majestic 107 average against Sherrock in the final. Now, her overall ladies series average is in the mid to high 80s. However, I think we can discount a lot of those performances early on where she wasn't really settled. And we can also discount a lot of these averages where she's just doing enough to win 3 or 4-0 because there's no pressure coming from the opponent. What we have seen with Greaves consistently is when she plays one of the better players, Suzuki, Ashton, Sherrock, etc., she raises her game to a new level. If she can carry on with her first 9 average, which is around 100, then she will be competitive with whoever she pulls. And she has got real ability when it comes to clutch doubling. She's shown herself to be a high-pressure performer. So I'm really, really looking forward to seeing how Beau goes. And if I had to make a prediction right now, I would say that she will win her round 1 match and quite possibly win her round 2 match. Can she do the unthinkable and lift the trophy? Probably not on this occasion. However, it's going to be absolutely amazing to see how she goes against these male players. I think she can give anyone a problem on her day. And one thing I do know for sure is we've got a genuine female superstar on our hands in the world of professional darts. Now, I hope Beau goes for her tour card next year because I really think she is good enough to compete against the men. However, if she chooses to just stick to the women's series and dominate that for a couple of years, then good luck to her. And this should, in effect, raise the standards of Sherrock, Ashton, Suzuki, and the rest. Plenty of young women talent coming through now, and I think it's a really exciting time for the female game. Let me know how you think Beau Greaves is going to get on at Ali Pali in the comments below. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon here on Doubles and Trebles.